Why is it not capturing? There we go. There we go. Hello everyone. Welcome to the next community stream. We're on Deliverance today. In start of winter, it seems. It was autumn when I logged off last night, and now it's winter. We've got a visit by Ion, a GM. I am here with Darklords. And who have we got here? We've got a bartender and a couple of traders. So I actually have not been on Deliverance much. My trips here have usually been just traveling through. So it's actually quite interesting. I'm just here to ride around and explore. Good morning, everyone. Have you been to Deliverance much, Darklords? I'm joined here by Darklords.
Well, my experience with Deliverance is one of my accounts that I store a lot of stuff on sits at the Deliverance token. It's about my experience with Deliverance. I use it to mail stuff around Freedom.
Yeah, it's I really know Deliverance. I know the starter deed, those 4 tiles really well.
I've ran around in circles on these tiles a lot when I was bored. So yeah, I'm pretty familiar with the starter village.
Well, let me see. I've traveled through Deliverance, but coming from Independence, there was always that rivalry going on. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Now let me just see here. Only 6 people. Wow, you're so judgy, Jake. It's just started. I'm still getting people in. I gotta get them all hyped by checking us out on social media and such.
Gonna watch me die because all I have is a short sword to defend myself.
Oh, that's enough.
10 quality short sword. It's one of the old original starting weapons.
Hello, how are you?
There we go. Snoo says he hopes you die. That's
Probably gonna happen.
yeah. I was gonna say. I just want to clarify that if that's in game. Okay, so where's good to see in Deliverance? I'm gonna take some people's suggestions because, well, first of all, we need a horse. Well, we need 2, unless we get a unicorn. I am totally up for sharing a unicorn with you.
I don't know if I have high enough taming, so you're gonna have to handle that.
I could tame a unicorn. If we need to ride a unicorn, I could do that. There's horses here, but old fat horse. That might actually be not a tutorial object. Let's see here.
It's not. I think maybe it's
All
not
right.
moving. Yeah, that is the real horse.
It is a
Some
horse.
nice guy left someone here.
All right, so I've got a horse, and you can walk.
Horse ferocity. All right, let me hop on.
So we've got one horse. No, don't go riding ferocity. Damn it, ferocity! You are not a horse. Stop that! Stop that! We've got Isabella here. Oh, because I've transferred servers, I've got the autumn sprites and textures with the winter grass, so it actually looks like winter's just starting with the snow landing around it. That's interesting. All right. I know there's the rainbow tunnels or something on Deliverance. It's a network of all their public canals and tunnels have been named after the colors of the rainbow, which as a die maker I firmly agree with. All right, Ferocity's heading north, so we're going to follow Ferocity.
Hello, how are you?
Increase the volume of the that a slight bit. Let me have a look. Okay, because the problem I have with it is if I turn it up too much, I'm not going to be able to hear myself. How's that? Is that a bit better? No response, so I'm saying yes. Yeah, okay. So does anyone know where we can get a horse on Deliverance? Or two, because, you know, nobody wants a, do all worm
I've been
stuff.
looking around. I haven't seen one yet. I haven't seen really anything. Someone's been around here killing stuff, clearing it out.
Yeah. That's it. You're looking at here is Delhi Collective. There's a lot of beehives around here. That's faster than a horse should go.
Why don't we ride that? Or...
There's no such thing as wild horses on Deliverance. Well, we'll just have to break into someone's off-deed. Yeah, break into someone's off-deed pen and take it. You know, totally legit.
We can each use it for like 10 minutes. We'll share.
Yeah, that's it. One of us has to walk. Do all worm staff get a full set of Supreme tools? I wish. This has cost me a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Hello, Xyz. Velvet Sun has spare horses in the southwest. Walking all that way will take so long, though. Oh, there you go. There's a bull. You can ride a bull.
I can upgrade later.
That's it. I'm just going to keep walking because I'll still be faster than you. Well, that's it. We were
pretty sure this bull is going to actually be slower than walking. I'm going to be real honest with you.
I think the benefit of a bull is just the no stamina. You know, walking on foot, you're faster, but you run out of stamina.
Carry it with me just in case.
Shackrox has been killing wild horses on Affliction. Poor things. What do they do to you?
Give good fight skill.
Do they? I've always struggled with working out what's good fight skill and what's not. I just roam around and kill things. Hi Wyvern, Xanadu player here. Oh, glad of you to join us. We did debate going to Xanadu and looking around, but in all honesty, I actually would really like to have our developer deed on Xanadu, and in order to found that, we'd probably need more of the devs with us. Hey Jimmy, you know I do it for you. I think I've included you in the tags many times. Well, I would visit Celebration, but no one lives there. It's a well-known fact. On pan filling or a HFC nerf? What do you mean there? Oh, Glory. Look, I'll tell you what, next Vare International, I'll include you in the news. G'day, Grumpy.
Oh, there's a bear over there.
There's a bear in there. And a cart as well.
Oh, he wants to say hi. I got my 10 quality short, so now.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch you fight this. This is up to you.
Jared, I do at least have 60 fights still. So.
I keep seeing a horse ride over, and I'm like, "There's a horse," and then I realize it's Ferocity following us again. Getting ready for the Epic refresh. I have seen you on Epic. Do you have your kingdom sorted? JK, good choice.
Well, the bright side, I am winning this.
What kingdom are you going, Darklords?
Not quite sure what I'll be doing yet. I'll probably be focusing mostly on the start, making sure everything's going smooth and fixing things that are bound to crop up with something like this.
Okay.
We'll see. I'm sure I'll find time to hop in somewhere or something.
Izzlebob, the stream isn't going to link every 3 minutes. For some reason, when I set the timer, it doesn't like it, and it's just going, no, I'm going to just play the default every 3 minutes. I've tried resetting it again. If it doesn't work, I'll just close it and one of you lot can advertise me in the stream every, half an hour. So, who else is going to drop in on Epic in the new elevation? I am really excited for the new map. I've spent a lot of good time looking over it, and it's like, I think players are going to really like this.
Yeah, Ausimus did a really nice job on the new map.
Drop in. Shaq has been here for the past year. Well, yeah. What do you mean by... This one's for you, Darklords. What do you mean by physical bonus and debuff change to fall damage in the news thread?
That means for the Valray tomb, or tomes, I forget which, I believe it's the green cherry and the Libram. Forget which one. I know the green cherry does physical weakness, but basically, there's a tome that increases all physical damage you take, and there's a tome which effect decreases all physical damage you take. And I just wanted to get rid of the DR stacking side of things, so it didn't make sense just to remove the positive one, if not the negative one, and just anything physical damage that can stack just to seem to become an issue. So
Okay,
at least for the epic, we were trying to cut back on that.
Right. I think the tomes that had the physical were Smoke from Soul, giving a 10% reduction. And then, yeah, I'm going to...
The red cherry definitely had the you're more vulnerable to physical damage. I remember because nobody ever wanted the green cherry because of it. So maybe the green cherry will be a little less considered an account killer. Well, it's not so bad now that it's 5%, but I think it was like 15% or something before. I remember it was pretty brutal if you used it.
Wow, you are still fighting that bet. And yeah, I actually do remember the first time they were introduced, they were majorly different, and I believe Eric N spent a lot of time. Our old server dev spent a lot of time working with the players and balancing it out.
They were much higher. Everything was just much higher percent. You know, it means a lot less than it used to. I think they cut most of the stuff by a third for the effect that it had or more. They used to be pretty game changing.
Yeah.
Levels of bonus damage or increased damage.
Yeah, and like nobody was saying what they did. If I recall, nobody wanted to let on who had what and what it did. I remember that much.
Yeah, it was very secretive over it for a long time.
All right. You're still fighting. Ferocity has found us a unicorn, and you've taken so much damage from a bear. We are going to have you fight a troll for sure. That's going to be fun. Okay, what else have we got?
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, that troll, that'll be an interesting troll. Now I see why they upgraded the 10 quality. I forgot how bad these 10 quality starter short swords. One of my favorite things was Challenge 1 when it first got released, and everyone just ran out of the deed, and we're all fighting like trolls and bears and stuff, just as naked people with these short swords and the small wood shield.
I do actually remember playing. I played on Challenge 1, and I actually played with Buddha. And we lived in a little hole, and we just played there until we had someone raid us. Asian Wonder, I believe it was, or something, a name along those terms, came along and just absolutely wrecked us, and we died in a hole. So we're like, that was fun, we're off now. Grumpy asks, is smoke going away? No, smoke is not going away. I believe the changes to the physical damage reduction are epic only.
Yeah, they're epic only. I double checked it. It'll still be physical on Chaos, and it's epic only.
So no tomes are going away. They're just on epic. They're having some of the more overpowered things balanced a little. It will be continue as it is on Freedom and Chaos. Though I could, if it's positively received, I could see it coming to Freedom.
It wouldn't be hard to remove the flag checking for it and have it affect other.
Yeah. Wyvern TV asks, I've always wondered, does Wurm have a real staff with salary, or is it actually all community based? We are, there are paid staff. Buddha, myself, Samul, Saruman are all contracted full-time staff. We do have a fair few volunteers, such as Ausimus,
Me?
Darklords, yeah, and a few other developers. The GM team is mostly volunteers. Enki, there are contracted positions for the heads though. Okay, are we gonna rework the negative tome effects?
They're probably not going to be any more reworking other than the physical to fall damage. As far as right now, could always consider stuff going forward, but some point with it only being a few days away, had to cut off, really changing anything until post release can be considered for, post release updates.
Okay.
Just depends on how things go. How I'll be keeping a very close eye on how things are going, and I'll be sure not to leave anything sitting too long if it's an issue.
That's it. It's not only just everything done before; it's also after support. Ausimus says he can hop on if it's not too late, so we might just see if we can get him in. It's always good to have more the merrier, they say. Let me see.
There he is. Hello.
Epic Fail Bro says learn to short sword. I fully agree. You need to get good.
The problem too is I don't have any short sword skill on this account, so I do have sword skill. Though.
I'll see if I've got a weapon you can use.
That's alright. More fun to be gimped.
Do you want a sickle?
Sure, why not?
Or a scythe? I'll need that back. I don't think it's got any actual enchants.
That's alright. It's gonna be better than. Hold on, I'll show you what I was using. Take a look at that. It's beautiful.
Oh
beautiful
wow,
right
wow! It can't even be improved.
It's an old starting shorts.
That's a piece of history there. All right, so we've got two horses here now. Problem is we've now got Ausimus joining us, and we're gonna need yet another.
We'll find them eventually. That's half the fun.
All right.
Starting to get more into some wooded areas. Might get lucky.
That's it. I think it'll work. He has joined the channel, but I can't hear him. Is he speaking?
No, I haven't said anything.
There you go.
Was exiting out of Grand Theft Auto.
You know we can only play one. We're contractually obliged. Intentional Chaos. I am joined by Darklords and Ausimus now. Darklords and Ausimus are two of our volunteer developers, and they're the absolute brains and muscles behind this epic work coming out in just a few days now, isn't it?
Just under a week.
You guys nervous?
I'm ready for everything to start catching fire and burn. Just put it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's no point really getting nervous. I mean, if it breaks, it breaks. But I don't anticipate.
I've
been more focused on making sure the stuff that is irreversible is working really well. I've put a lot of focus on the stuff that once this new server, the new map's launched, if some of the stuff doesn't work right.
Yeah.
It can be pretty hard to fix it post, stuff with like the terraforming and the mines and stuff that once it kind of gets going, you're kind of just in trouble.
That's one of the things that I was, obviously the calls for a reset of Elevation have been around for a while. A lot of it has been, if we are going to reset the map, we really need to, we would like to spend some time actually doing map-wide changes, and that's what I'm really glad to see here. It's not just, we're resetting the map with all the same mechanics. It's right, if we're resetting the map, we can do map-specific changes that we wanted to wanted to see come in if there's a new map. You're on release. I'm standing right next to you. Do you have horse gear, Ausimus?
Yes, it's in my inventory.
Okay. Alright. Gonna send you over to Deliverance. Just let me know when.
No, go ahead. I'm good.
Okay, Deliverance. Bang. And so I'm now going to gear my horse up. So I'm putting Supreme gear on a no-speed horse, which is like... I don't know. It doesn't... it feels wrong, doesn't it? It's like, you know, souping up an old Corolla. Okay, manage animals, untame. There we go. Look at that. I've been playing around with the dyes. I've got myself a black dyed.
Nice.
I think that's actually Joe's. Mine is pink, which is what I gave to you, Darklords. So
I just need a horse to put it on.
there's one right here.
Oh. Now I need to do something to tame.
Just cut grass. You've got a sickle.
Oh, I'll find something, yeah. Oh, I'll try to give me a signal. Here I am for it.
While I was foraging, I was like, well, could have just cut this grass. Oh well.
I came prepared. I always keep tamables on.
Ezzy or Bob went for the same color, black on black. I used to have black on Tails, my ebony black horse, but I actually really like brighter colors on the black. Anyone is being incredibly impatient. I haven't gotten to your question yet, but I will. Patience.
Where'd this horse come from? It's actually a bred horse, too. It's got a mother and a father. Did you find it something?
I don't know. Maybe one of his, or he may have just found it in the area.
So this thing's actually bred. It's got a mother and father.
Yeah.
Someone lost their horse.
Okay, so Chev says, so attempting to balance PvP by removing smoke effect and shield of the gaunt, but keeping in even more powerful stuff like True Strike is kind of weird. I believe there are changes coming to True Strike as well, aren't there?
Just some increased cooldowns. I did want to change the mechanics on them, but just the date of launch nature of it just didn't pan out with writing new spell abilities. But they do have much longer cooldowns on them. People won't be spamming them. It'll be you have one time to use it during a fight kind of spells.
Okay.
But I would like to rework them at some point. There was just not enough time to do that properly, and I didn't want to do something that wasn't going to work out, or something I didn't know was going to
right
work out.
So what you're saying?
I could easily have made something worse, reworking it. It's just a lot of consideration.
And that's one thing that I've been saying with the larger plans for Epic is anything that's not touched now doesn't mean that it's not going to be touched for Epic. It's like, okay, so we may sit down and this may need a larger balance change for it. I believe we've already looked at, for the November Epic work, would be meditation, sorcery, things like that. Are you killing your horse?
I'm having a really hard time taming this apparently.
Wow, you're the worst. I'm just going to summon Ausimus. Maybe he can tame it for you. And there we go. Ausimus is here with us, looking very, very fancy in a what's he got on? He's got some white and red scale. That's I like the shininess of those shoulder pads. Look at
I'll
that.
try taming on this. This is my old original Freedom account. I haven't used this account in a long time. Could have sworn I had decent enough tame. I used to do a lot of
invitations on Darklords.
Alright.
Wyvern asks, when is there going to be worm clothing? I want some wood scrap socks. Do you mean in-game or out of game? Because it sounds like wood scrap socks could be either. I wouldn't want socks made of wood scraps personally. Ferocity is riding an angry unicorn. Out of game, we've had some old merchandising things like shirts and such. But we are actually looking at setting up something new for merchandising, including posters of in-game maps. So one of the things that I was really like, I want this, is posters, the ability to have the poster of the in-game map, so like this. And so that's actually in the plans. At the moment, I'm just looking around trying to find, good quality merchandise companies like Cafe Press, Redbubble. I think Streamlabs have one themselves. So, yeah, so I'm looking around. Make the map posters big. Well, you can get like 2 foot by 3 foot, so they do get quite big.
Is Happy Flash Monitor?
Yeah, I think Happy Flash is there for you. Blue Cortina wants a map poster with her deed on it.
Very, very nice of you to give me the pink horse gear that matches my pink Drake, by the way. That worked out.
Very nice, because that's actually my horse gear. Oh, that's odd. You may have to take the saddle. You may have to untame the horse. Is it tamed?
Yes, please.
Yeah, untame it, because the saddle sacks are meant to be purple.
Hold on.
Grumpy says he'll take a map of the new elevation. You almost had me there.
There we go. Purple saddlebags.
There we go. I went. It's the same color, but because they're a different brown, it shows up a bit differently. So on to anyone's question. This is a little bit detailed. Level 9 abilities for meditating. Elemental immunity means that it blocks all damage from elemental damage types on weapons. So Frostband, Flaming Aura, and then
But that's not a passive effect, right?
I don't think so. But the elemental salves where you can change the damage type of the weapon completely. Is that something that's being included, or is that just going to be, it's not a passive.
That would be included right now. My at least philosophy on meditation for this rework, I like most meditation abilities had like 18-hour cooldowns, short durations. They can be dispelled. There's a lot of way to counter them. They weren't anything overpowered, but if you use them right, I know people who would go love just for the refresh on a boat, an instant refresh on a boat. They have some place, but they're not really overpowered. They have long cooldowns and they're not passive.
Right.
So I'm generally fine with most of those being that they're not. They become more utility, and sure, some might be a little better than others, but I've always seen a good variety of use in those low-level spells. It was just Shield of the Gom and those other level 11 passives that kind of dictated what and where you went, instead of some of the lesser abilities that had long cooldowns and shorter durations.
Okay. So yeah, it's something that's going to be a little bit situational. I mean, it already exists now in the game, so I am interested to see in how it plays.
And also, I'll have to check. But most of those are all dispellable too. I know the hate effect was when it was damage, it was always dispellable. That was always a strong effect, but I know groups got really good at dispelling those off of people they knew were on hate and likely to use it.
All right. Well, while we talk, let's just now we're all mounted. We'll head off. Give the viewers something to look at that isn't just staring at a white screen. So we'll just head a little bit north. I still don't know where we're going exactly, but it appears I'm leading the way. So okay, that works for me. We gotta. Oh, we could do some.
But if the duration is too long, say 30, I'll have to look at what some of the other durations. But shortening the duration would be a pretty simple thing that could be done if there are concerns over that ending up being too long. So I wouldn't say everyone rush to that, because if it does become a problem, it's likely to get fixed. There's no intentions just to abandon this after this update. If something like that turns out just to be too strong, needs to be toned down, it can be easily done.
We'll head over here. It's so Rainbow Bridge is just over here. I think I've dropped by here to annoy someone. So Chuck the wagon's unlocked. Yep, Rainbow Bridge is over here. So let's go check this out. I'm a fan of coloured things.
It's actually Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah, Freeville token. Someone goes around and when they do the archaeology, once they find the location of the deed, they plant the small token there. And it's really interesting,
nice,
but also leaves to a lot lying around.
That's true.
Alright, so
I'm sure people who were looking for deeds, it's nice.
Okay, so, we've come the wrong way. So if we turn around and come at it the other way, we've got red, orange, yellow, green, cyan, blue, violet. I like that.
That's a really good orange. Or gold.
That is a nice orange, actually. It really is. So it's okay. It's a lot more pastel than I thought it would be. And this one, that's a nice red. Whoever did these dyes, really, really good job. Apparently the lights match, so the lamp next to them are the same colours. That's cool. Okay, the exact same dye. Nice. I'm a big fan of that. It's kind of funny for someone who has all these all these dye making stuff. My deed is not very well coloured. I really should get around to it, but takes time, energy, and last time I did it I got in trouble. Epic fail. I thought it was Headhunter some good time ago who made Rainbow Bridge. I don't know, because I don't think bridges existed when Headhunter was playing, so it might not have been him. Rare marble statue of guard. Nice. Hota statue. Marble statue of nymph. I really like the archaeology statues. I think that they're really, really cool. Oh, it used to be a land bridge, did it? Well, that would make sense. Oh, look at all what looks like a dead horse here. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Delightful D rebuilt it. That's really nice. Okay, I think we're waiting on Darklords, who has just had to go AFK. Are you still with us, Ausimus?
Yes, I'm still here.
Oh, I like the blue on that saddle. That's a very nice blue. So,
yeah, that's about as close to pure blue as I've ever seen.
Let's have a look, see. You make claims.
Actually, no, I had some 99 at one point, I think.
Yeah, you make claims like that. That gets the die maker and me going, oh, really? I do actually have some 99. So if you want, I'll send it over to you, because I was mixing up a huge amount of die for a NAR the other day, and I got some 99, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't going in it. So are you? Where are you planning on going on Epic? Are you planning on joining one of the kingdoms?
I'm probably not. I really haven't decided yet. I'm probably personally not going to play over there. I like freedom. I do also like Epic as well, but I mean, I like it more of a
jump in, jump out sort of thing.
Yeah. It's like a challenge-esque server.
Yeah. Grumpy says, will we get a sneak peek at the elevation map? No. Our intention for it is for it to be unexplored, unknown lands. So it will be a little bit about something that you can just adventure in and sort of learn by playing in the game. The in-game map will also be covered by a fog of war. I had noticed the you've certainly adapted to the freedom lifestyle, haven't you, Ausimus?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've always been that way. Even on like Epic, originally I was just.
Yeah, he was one of the hoarders with Rihanna. Him and Rihanna always basically had the most items in that any kingdom they joined.
If anyone needed anything, they usually come to me first. If I didn't have it, then they'd go to Ree.
There's free honey here, so I'm just eating it because I can. If anyone needs to fill up their food, just eat all the honey. Okay, so you were never the major PvP hype man. You were just the guy that enjoyed getting everyone geared up, were you?
He was always there in PvP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've done some PvP leading, like shot calling and stuff like that. But
Right.
normally, I was just in there for the PvP. I didn't really like the leadership role that much.
Okay.
I didn't want to be responsible when a group of people died and lost all their stuff.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Okay, so where are we going to go from here? Let's have a look at the highway. We'll see if there's any interesting deeds to check out.
Barracks. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, let's go check out the barracks. It's literally only like 20 tiles this way.
Oh, wow, that's quite the adventure.
Yeah, I know. It's with take a big pack here. I think we got to go up here. Okay, and we're here.
Where are all the soldiers?
I don't know.
One right there in front of the gate.
There's the barracks
H-Pig.
workshop. I'm beginning to wonder. It's all spelt without the C. I wonder if that's like the player's name.
Or I know there's a skateboarding something like the barracks. Not sure how that's spelled.
That would be pretty funny. We come here looking for Barracks, and that's actually the guy's name.
Wyvern says, I wish I was on a highway. I just made a community event for our village. Absolutely. Connect your deed to a highway. Highways are great for just helping people navigate around, like, you know. So, Yaga wants us to go to the southeast. So if we, sorry, not view position.
Let my 13-second compass settle. Let's see which way. But there's a token here. That makes it easy.
Apparently we need to check out Puzzle Plaza Market. And so that is 853 tiles. That's a good trip.
Alright, where are you? I lost track.
I went back to the main road. I left the barracks. 3 out of 10 would not station my soldiers there. Okay, so I've got all of you. You're still taking that bull with you.
Yeah, he's my buddy. We're fine.
Griffo says no other players are online on Elevation. That's probably because everyone's working on getting stuff off Elevation. I think it goes down.
Pointing to working on a map that's closed in 3 days.
Yeah, I imagine people are trying to grab what they can and make sure it's all safe, because I think once they're gone, or any items left on Elevation are gone. So if you all just find route to Puzzle Plaza Market, or just, follow me.
I'm right behind you.
That's why I'm shot calling now, Blue 42. Actually, I used to think that was...
Valhalla, aren't we?
I'm known for getting lost, so...
That's alright.
Definitely don't take my directions.
I was
Wurm there.
I was actually planning on hiding an ARS NPC because she is really well known for getting lost. Like, even in local of her deed, she can still get lost. And during the Independence event, I was debating hiding an ARS NPC somewhere in a forest and just being like, I'm never going to make it home. I just went around the corner to get some milk. But I think
I just saw a spider. I don't know how to get home.
Speaking of which, there is a spider behind you, but I don't think you'd survive that. I mean, the only reason you...
I think I'd do alright with the sickle.
The only
I got a sickle now.
Oh, yeah, I've got the sickle now.
Even though I noticed that you have a wooden sickle, and wooden sickles deal half damage of metal weapons for the same...
Well, to be fair, that's from the Knights of Ceres event. I actually pilfered that from Joel. That's not mine. You know, that's also why I have a lot of Supremes, because I can never remember whose is what. And it all winds up in my inventory anyway. So I think I've got a normal Supreme sickle somewhere. It's just... Oh, I do.
That's right. It wouldn't be okay if I had a really strong weapon. That's alright. We need to give me some...
Need to nerf you. Wouldn't be fair of the mobs on Freedom. So have you two done my event on Independence yet? And if not, why not?
I have.
Because I've been trying to tie it, make sure all the loose ends are tied up for the epic stuff.
I didn't, because I was doing more important things. And you said you have or haven't, Ausimus?
I have. I got the fantastic
Oh, very nice.
statue.
What'd you think of it? You know, positive feedback only,
well done.
please. Thank you.
Well done, absolutely. It was some of the places that it took me to were quite spectacular.
Yeah, I actually I always love traveling those places on Independence, like Guru Bear's crater. I always thought it was a sandy crater and that's how it started. Turns out no, it was a forested mound, and Guru Bear and the team that he built it with were like, we're going to turn this all into a desert. And they actually spent all their time working together and doing that, and I thought that was absolutely amazing because, you know, it's an odd community project, but it is like, from the very start of the game, community projects were always a thing.
Yeah, I remember that. I always went off a map dump on it, and always told myself, this map's horrible. The terrain's just... And actually going through it, doing that event, made me change my perspective on it. There's a lot of pretty places in that.
Oh yeah. Independence is a place with a lot of history. I want to do more events like that on other servers, but the problem I have is I don't know other servers' history so well. So I would be more than happy to get people PMing me and giving me info on server history and notable characters around, because that would be a lot of fun to just do sightseeing events, you know, where you ride around and you get to explore other servers.
Pick a landmark on each server.
Xanadu's hitting 5 years nearly, isn't it?
5 years old, that's insane. I still remember, because I believe the tent came out with that update too. And I was the reason that it's no longer able to be placed on water, because I started swimming across a lake and I was drowning, so I threw my tent down. I drowned, and then I respawned at the tent, picked up the tent, swam till I drowned again. I must have left a trail of about 10 corpses across this lake, and then I was said to Rolf in the IRC channels, I'm like, so I just managed to cross a lake by attrition. I literally drowned 10 times and could just drop my tent. And he's like, yeah, that's not intended.
I also remember the other fun thing with tents where you could put them in your hand and it had the full tent model, and every time you guys would do a new event or anything, it would just be full of everyone just like spinning in circles with tents in their hand.
Golden Valley when Challenge came.
My favorite one was still the bell, because Challenge was delayed while they were fixing some stuff for an hour, and there was a bell there, and we were all ringing the bell, and one of the GMs deleted the bell and like left a sign that said "Bell privileges revoked management," and that bell was gone for like 2 years before someone finally put it back.
Yeah, I could just imagine the one person playing with sound on being like, "Oh God, stop this."
Oh, then I remember they were, because like, and they're like, if you guys don't behave, we're just gonna cancel this whole thing, and then everyone just started being even worse. I gotta love crowds.
Spamming the fart emote. Everyone in there was spamming fart.
I think they even disabled emotes. People were getting, missed those days when people were so psyched an hour waiting when everyone was rioting.
So this sign, the southern leg of this highway was built by As I Decay and Beckett. So let's just check the. So it was built in 1018 and it is now 1084. That is crazy. That is a long time.
Prepared the sign for him. There, doing my.
That's it. Keeping the history alive. This is also going on the Loom route. That would be a perfect Deliverance event. Following the route of the Loom. Do you guys remember that story?
No.
So, I forget who it was. It may have been one of the Factional Fight Brothers. They found a rare Loom. And this was before you could load. And so they spent like hours pushing a rare Loom almost across half of Deliverance. And
I remember them talking about that in one of their streams.
I remember someone doing that with a large magic chest too on Epic one time. They really wanted a large magic chest as another deed, and they just spent days pushing it back to their deed. Who was that? Awesome! I remember that happening.
So JKE, I think myself was there. I think Posty was there. He's pushing it from the deed to Pilto.
Wow. Okay, they spent days doing it, and people in local would join in.
It.
And this
that's good. Good group effort. Oh, look, there's a Loom right up there.
Yeah, that's it. We'll have a new event. Recreate the Loom push. We'll just spawn.
How far can we get this Loom right?
Yeah,
they'll need a spawner.
Loom races. But this was also before pushing was made faster too. Like this was back when it was all old 30-second actions.
It's only faster on deed though. Off deed it's still very slow. Place is a bit faster now, obviously.
Yeah, I always place and then move to center. That's usually my go-to. Let's see if there are any champions around.
I just got info on the ground and spammed my event window.
Exon says Melina pushed a rare mailbox over the sea to Misty Mountain. Jeez. Okay. Pushing
across the water. That's the worst too. Oh, across the water. That's a whole new ball game for that. Especially because it sits on the bottom, like something like a mailbox is going to sit in the ground on the bottom of the water too. So that's got to be fun to push.
Wyvern did ask, are there more mob types coming soon or in the future? A little bit hard to answer that one. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work, but maybe. I would be surprised.
I think adding them's probably pretty easy. It's just the models and.
Well, they've also got
animations.
That models and animations. They've also got to have a bit of a reason as well. I feel like adding just more meat doesn't really increase a lot of viability. What has taken so long to put skeletons in caves? Well, they just keep breaking out. They've all had their milk and they're too strong and we don't like them.
Well, not every mob has to spawn into the world. Some have, specific places such as the skeletons, which were only spawnable with the Barracks. But it could.
Yeah.
And the wargs. I mean, they're interesting. It was trying to give unique features to that.
Ooh, we're at Puzzle Plaza Market now. This is a big market. It's rather empty because of, one, the location, and two, markets with the ability to mail everything everywhere. Markets are less thing, but I like
with the reduced cost of mailing too.
Yeah, I like that they're all made out of the same wood. Like it
looks really nice.
Dedication. Oh, there's even a rare one. All right. Zalafir. Oh, that's an old name. Hext asks, can we elaborate on the changes coming to suggestion forum? So my plan with that is basically give a little bit more of a guide of here's what makes a good suggestion, here's what makes a bad suggestion, here's what we look for in input, here's how we use suggestions, because I believe many players think that it's like if a suggestion is popular, it's going to go in, which isn't always the case. Many times things will sit there until we get around to, all right, we need something for this, or we're looking at working on this mechanic and what suggestions are related to that. So my plan is, how to phrase a suggestion, what to include, and then also how to give feedback. Plus ones and minus ones don't really do much for us. We don't look and tally up, oh, there's 3 plus ones and 5 minus ones, so therefore we're not going to put that in. If you do support or don't support an idea, taking time to elaborate why or what the impact you think would be, and go from there. That's usually the best way to do it. It'll against the rules, yeah. If you post a -1, you get forum banned for a week.
Only a week?
Permaban. I also intend on covering some of the more popular suggestions and getting our official stance on them. The ones that always pop up lots of times, we're just going to go through the Dreams pathway here. So the ones that always come up, like add this, do this, probably going to give answers to that, what we've ruled out, what we haven't ruled out but we aren't working on, and what we'd like to see come in, because that's usually the categories they fall into. There's some that are just like, no, that's not going to happen. There are some that are like, that would be cool to see, but it's not in our plans. And then there's some, yeah, look, we intend on doing that at some stage, but right now we're working on something else, So it's not always a good suggestion means it'll get in, but it means that when we get around to working on that section, those suggestions will be used. Half of my work with suggestions is researching, oh, let's kill this because I haven't killed anything yet. Is working out, okay, we're coming up to this, here's all these things. Like we were talking about planters the other day, and there was an extra, slot for items to go in it. That's when Saruman pulled out the Woden planters thing and was like, this is a popular suggestion, let's get that in. We've got Yaga ahead of us, riding Sage Pick. He's a witch doctor. I want that title. I want to be a witch doctor too. I feel that's very fitting for a alchemist. Alright, so we got Ausimus here. Where's there's Darklords.
Hello.
You can tell you guys are PvPers. You're really good at keeping up with the group. Freedom is just
I can literally not even be looking at the screen and still following people. I could be like doing some on my second monitor with auto walk on following people.
That's it. Freedom is just, that's like trying to herd cats, they just walk away.
You need to be good at following a group on PvP servers. It's easy to get lost if you stop paying attention.
Exactly.
That's always the random person that is directionally challenged.
You gotta have one of those. Let's have a look. Zelda Gold says change the map. It's got 2 H's. I think it looks perfectly okay to me.
Took me a sec to catch what you did there.
Did I just admit that popular suggestion does affect odds of getting into the game? No, it does not. It's more that if it's constantly brought up, I'll look at having our official response to it included. Woad planters, I think, would be exact proof that a popular suggestion does not affect its odds, considering it's been a suggestion for about 3 years. It's not a matter of popularity. That's why some people are like, but this suggestion just got done, and it's a dev's replied saying it'll come in, versus, this one's been wanted for a while and bumped a lot. And the fact is sometimes a dev is working on that area at the time. Sometimes no, he's still with us. Sometimes it's a good idea, but it's not going to come in until we reach that point. And sometimes we reach a point and go, well, what could be changed here? So we look up suggestions and go, hey, there's all these suggestions.
Sometimes you look at a suggestion and then go look at the code for that, and you're like, "Oh, that's a lot more worth it."
Yeah, nope.
I mean, sometimes, especially in sandboxy games, code can be intertwined in a lot of areas, and what might seem like an easy change could end up with. I mean, I've done things I thought were easy changes with total, unintended side effects, like the wells, for example, where you couldn't drink from wells with an item placed on it, and I overlooked the fact that for some reason that was allowing some, the fix I did was allowing some containers that normally didn't have an option, or drink options on containers got messed up, basically, when I fixed drink options on a thing on the ground. But it's like fixing one thing can easily lead to adding one thing or fixing, or like with adding anything that nests. Nesting's a big fun problem with Wurm. Anytime you add stuff that can go with side stuff, so you got to be real considerate about that, because you get fountain pans if not.
Yeah. Yaga says this tunnel is called Green Tunnel.
I can see.
It's a very fitting name, I think. I wonder if it was green, they called it Green Tunnel, or they called it Green Tunnel then said it should be green. What did we do that half the animals on Xanadu are now walking around in the ocean? We're still trying to work that out, because nobody knows.
Nothing was really changed as far as that.
Yeah, that's one of those, okay,
the spawning shouldn't have changed.
So we're trying to...
Xanadu has become self-aware.
That's it.
It's likely something specifically to do with Xanadu, if it's only on Xanadu.
Well, if I recall...
Some weird cause.
Yeah, Xanadu has some strange things. I mean, if I recall, just recently there was an issue with new players spawning at the GM spawn location, which was in the middle of a lake. It didn't matter to GMs because they could just teleport away, but new players showing up are like, what?
Yeah, that was some weird intra-server thread crashing.
Yeah. Okay, so the lights came before the tunnels, or the tunnels came before the light? The color came before the name, or the name came before the color? Big southeastern step. So we are... Ooh, that is a big step. So we are currently around 19Q, I'd say. It's always funny, I've spent most of my time roaming Independence, so I get very surprised when, we travel across the server so quickly. To me, that's a very long trip.
We also got some nice horse gear, which really helped.
Yeah, well that's it. That's one of the few Supremes that I believe are actually worth it, the horse gear. Because horse gear and armor, I'd say, because they actually have a tangible benefit. What is spam mode? Spam mode is an old setting where it shows the misses and basically every attack in combat. With spam mode on, you'll see all of it, and with spam mode off, you'll only see the hits, I believe. I remember playing around with it in the past. There is a sign saying you are here.
That's good.
That's
relieving.
That's a really existential
made it, guys.
Skytail says there's a Supreme Vin Colossus on the left, but I don't see it.
I see some Colossuses.
Oh, I see it.
Oh yeah, okay. Hang on, let's grab out the spyglass. Ooh, that is nice. Apparently we missed a bridge too. We've got Monkey Peaches the Wagoner just sitting by it. I only have to ask, where is the Libella Colossus? The one that should really be there? Come on guys. Catch up.
Well, the problem with Colossus is they're hard to build because you need to be a follower of that deity, so it might have been before the Libella got welcomed onto Freedom because you couldn't build one. Because you
No,
couldn't be a follower.
it's freedom. You just jump faiths like it's underwear. You just change them.
I know, but you couldn't be Labilla.
True. I was about to say,
It wasn't a welcome god type. In fact, a bunch of stuff had to be done to make sure it was a welcome god type, because there's some rather unwelcome mechanics that it would have brought to freedom if they weren't
yeah, that would
filtered
have
out for free.
That would have been funny.
Where the Rite of Spring or Rite of Death.
Ooh, there's a greenish wildcat. Okay, so where are we going, Yaga? Well, apparently we missed a bridge, but we're on the step. Ride east. Okay, so we got to ride past this deed. Okay. So apparently at some point Yaga turned off and we all missed it. This is why I shouldn't be the shot caller. This is why I will get us killed in PvP.
We were exploring around. We just got busy sightseeing. That's alright.
That's it. We're here for a good time and not a long time, or maybe both.
Acid turrets. I'd like to see turrets have more of a use on freedom too. Those are always honestly, they need more of a use on PvP too. To be real, they were a fun idea. They were just too easy. They're just too easy to get rid of right now because you can dispel them from really far away and disable them pretty quick.
So Yaga just said left now. Do we turn? Okay, so we got to turn up this way towards Mountain Village. Just follow the highway towards Pillars of Orion. Okay, so let's just find route to there.
Oh, I see. See Yaga up ahead. Huh.
No, you got to use the highway system. Gosh, Goth Druid. First of all, I love the name. It makes me think of a druid that just uses charcoal. And we need some camping gear. I absolutely agree. I think camping gear, we've got tents. Having the ability to travel a bit more and get sleep bonus and not be tied to your deed would be absolutely great.
Oh, it'd be a cool thing if tents had like slots inside it that could fit stuff, like say a sleeping bag or a campfire that like kind of go around and turn it into like a...
Right. That's actually a really cool idea, because if it had the campfire could display in front of it. If it had the sleeping bag, it would show inside, and it would need like a sleeping bag in order to... Ooh, chicken. I'm leading a chicken. No, I need a halter rope. Yeah, that'd actually be a really cool idea. So here again, we wind up in a situation
on
where...
the backlog.
There's a suggestion that's a really cool idea, and we'd love to see it. I know it's not new at all, but you know what? It's the first time I've heard it today.
I mean, there's a lot of that stuff just takes a lot. There's a lot that goes into a lot of stuff, especially things with art.
Yeah, the art stuff is an awful lot of work.
And just making everything line up well with the art. It's a lot easier to do just server-side stuff than when you have to start syncing it up with client-side stuff to make it look right.
Serendipity Bridge. Now, many old players would actually know Serendipity Bridge because it was used as the model for showing off the new material types such as pottery brick, rendered, slate. Saruman simply changed what the mapping was on his client to check it out. So we actually use this as the picture for it all because one, it's an absolutely beautiful bridge. It's got such beautiful curves. Bron would love it. Bron would be all over this. And over here, so we are in, let me see. I think we are around 22Q. That makes sense. So we're in the southeast now.
Made it. You are here.
Apparently Willow's scared of bridges. So, I was going to make a very bad joke, but I probably won't.
Yeah, there was a short period when they first came out with, and they were quite dangerous.
What were?
Bridges. A lot of the connection code was a bit iffy at times.
Oh, I remember that. Right when Bridges came out, we built a whole lot of them on Elevation when it reset, like a whole lot of them, just like useless. I remember one of my favorites where there was these little lakes, and they were literally like 6 tiles wide, and there was just bridges going across all of them to get to somewhere. And I was just like, who used like 5,000 bricks on these bridges that you literally probably save like a second on the trip of just like walking around these? Like, you could probably rid through half the lakes. They were so shallow.
Ooh, we got a settlement over here. Oh, this is literally Pillars of Orion. Well, I see no pillars and no Orion. Gypped. What is the point of this? Oh, that's over here. Oh, it's like a canal. Okay. I'm with you now. Now I'm down here. Yaga asks, do we want to see his place? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's go check it out. It's a heritage boat canal. Okay. So we've got to get back to the road. We've also been joined by Finks. Okay. The belligerent Viking. I'm actually nearing a very proud moment for me. I am near 50 meditation. I would absolutely like to get a round of applause for me, because that's taken me about 4 or 5 years. Red Dragon says, when Bridges came out, he was finally, but now it's just gotten out of hand. Turn right. What? Are you not on the highway? Wow. Yaga's not on the highway. Fink says, hi, I'm Cappy.
Hi, Cappy.
Cappy. Cappy is our Discord admin. Does an amazing job. Literally, the Discord wouldn't be what it is today without him. So, big thank you for him working on that. Okay, we are at... Oh, Dune Guard. He actually has rendered walls. That's something you don't see every day. I always like this look. I love the look of brick on the bottom and timber on the higher ones. It looks very Victorian. And he's also locked all the gates, which is incredibly rude.
Wow, I know. Don't trust him.
I know, like...
Invites us here and doesn't even open the door.
That's it. Just because we are going to steal stuff doesn't mean that he has to expect it to us. He says this one is open, but we're all killing a bear in protest. I hope that wasn't like your favorite bear or something, because he says
We've pretty just indiscriminately killed them. Yeah, I'm thinking it's not unlocked.
No.
This looks like a trap to me.
That's it. Does anyone else hear the Reigns of Castamere playing?
I've seen this trick before. The old unlock the gate, walk in, lock the gate.
We've got all the snowballs here. Oh, I can't steal the snowballs.
Got some Puzzle King crystal balls over here. Some dragon skulls.
They're absolutely great. It's one funny thing that I've been noticing. Like, when Spellcast did his events, there was always big prizes for coming first. First to 10th. But then you got something unique. You'd get like a tool that had a unique material type. Nowadays, though, because you can make them already out of any material type, that's sort of, it's like someone's like, yay, I got a brass chisel. I could have just spent 2 minutes making this. So, I've been looking at, the past few events have been unique items, whether it's, a retexture or a palette swap, like the Mask of Rebirth, or, a new item, such as the Statuette of Dragonfang or the Puzzle King's Crystal Ball. I think they look absolutely awesome, though, and Saruman has this beautiful ability to take our wild ideas about, oh, it should look like this, and he's like, okay, comes back and he's like, how's that? And it's like, oh my god, that's better than I thought it would look.
Yeah, Stairman and Simul make a good team with the client. They do. They've been making everything look so nice. All the new mappings and just everything looks so nice. And I like that you can dye everything too. That's getting to be fun. I like and the dyeing isn't just like it used to be where it would dye the entire item. Everything's kind of got sections that it can dye now. Or the nicer, a lot of items do.
Masks.
Yeah, masks.
I remember showed me the creature cage model initially, and I was thinking to myself, this has got so many other putting random people into a cage.
How very
The
blacklight of
implications
you.
of that on PvP would be priceless.
How blacklight of you.
Rain King had something like that. I remember I played that a long time ago, and you could rope people up and throw them in.
I think Ark had it too. You could put people in cages and like you could have them so they had to do something before they could get out or something. I forget. Now we're trapped on the deed. This is unfair. This is outrageous. How can
Well,
we
we're on the coast. We could swim.
swim for our lives? Oh,
Swim for the border.
I'm stuck in the deed. I refuse to follow you.
Oh, you're stuck in there. I see.
Yeah, that's it. I was not paying attention, and now it's biting me in the face, and this is all your fault.
I thought you were stuck out here. I was about to say, well, we're kind of outside. I was a little confused. That makes sense.
Apparently, the only way to get out of the cages in Ark was to kill yourself by eating poop. So,
that sounds fun.
yeah, I don't know who thought of that, or whether it was documented at first, or someone's just like, I'm just gonna sit here and eat poop. Oh, I died. Oh, hey, I'm out. So, where are we going from here? We got all the horse names. Honey Bouncer, Zonorth. That sounds like a medicine. Take your dose of Zonorth. Sweet Flea, Cliphowl. What do we got? Duke Lightning? Duke Lightning! Alright. Where'd the others go?
You're
Here.
sitting by where we entered the deed.
Yeah, I got Ausimus running down. Oh, okay, we've got Yaga over here. You want to come to the guard tower and we'll follow Yaga, who's probably been waiting really patiently for us?
We're very easily distracted, as you can see.
Hello, how are you?
Alright, so, Now, I did say we'd try get some giveaway items. I think we've got some sleep powder that could be given away. You know, make up for people wasting their time watching us by giving them something to make up for that lost time.
It's called a bribe. That's the word you're looking for.
That's it. We can bribe people. But I don't want to just hand it out to, a random lottery. Alright. What's a good trivia question? Goth Druid says he's sailing home, so it's not a waste of time. I hope you have a black boat, Goth Druid. How many wood scraps is Elwood made of? 3. And like high quality ones too, like when you cut down a bush. Do you guys have any trivia questions that you could think of? Because I'm drawing a blank.
It's hard in a game like Wurm, because a lot of the trivia would be just events that happen on specific servers, not a whole lot of...
Yeah.
Such sandbox, no real built-in lore, and a lot of questions and stuff goes on lore or item level requirements, which there isn't a whole lot. It's hard for a game.
Okay, here's one. In what Wurm year did As I Decay and Beckett build the south part of that highway just outside Green Dog? Griffo replied 1018, just before Nozumi. My apologies. 1776. I think you've got different events. But yes, the winner is Griffo. So Griffo will have nothing unlike it. You'll have nothing unlike it. He passes his win. Wow, rude. So if you pass your win, that goes to Nozumi. Where did all the giant veggies and animal parts go? Oh, that's a tough question, because I don't know. Oh no. I lost my chicken somewhere.
Still got my bull.
Bull, you get the horn.
Wow. I miss my chicken already. You he-bees. So, how long have you two been playing? I know we've spoken about this briefly, but I still don't know about your early days, because I got to know Darklords via a lot of PMs on Saturday nights. But I believe you, though, Ausimus, I sort of got to know you via your modded server, Calypso.
Yeah, I've been playing for a while. Dinosaurs roam the earth. Nah, it's like 2012.
A lot longer than me. You were already well established by the time I even started playing.
It's always funny when I see that. Like, people will say, "Oh, I'm really new to the game. I've only been playing for a year," and it's like, okay, can you think of other games that you've played for a year? And it's like, wow, and played for a year and be still consider yourself new to the game. Willow calls us all young puppies, but you know that does it. Oh, we got to kill a deer for the mission.
Oh, was there a mission? No, my deer did.
Yep, this deer is dead. It's a dead deer.
Who's gonna get the final hit? Probably you, because I don't think I can kill it enough yet.
Yep, I got it. I got the epic helper.
I knew when it was down to like 20%. I couldn't hit that in one swing, and you got a two-hand. That was out of my league.
Well, Nozumi, if you message me on Discord after the stream, I'll arrange getting some sleep powder your way as a prize. What's another one?
Viewing time.
Sorry? Ooh.
I was saying this was a really pretty place, the view of.
It is, and the distant trees look amazing because you can actually see the trees all the way. Big fan of this place. Big fan. The distant trees really bring so much life. That's just amazing. Wow. Oh, you can actually go upstairs? I actually think it looks better in the dark, honestly, Yaga. This is a beautifully built house too. I really, really like it. Wow. Oh, you can even... Oh, rude. Distant objects and grass would be even way more memory. It would not be good performance-wise. The trees here are just, they're the same billboard style, so the flat 2D images that load, but for them, We've added normal mapping, specular mapping, and also improved a little bit of variance so they look different. And yeah, it's very different. Whereas distant grass would just be a huge amount.
And you really can't see grass that far away, like realistically. I mean, trees are huge. Grass would be pretty small.
Yeah.
Pretty hard to. I mean, you can do grass more with just colors than you. Tree textures slightly more needed than grass. Grass.
Yeah, there's a lot less trees than there is grass.
Yeah.
The problem is every bit that's rendered increases exponentially. You know, you go 3 tiles out, you're adding way more, and so the actual performance usage goes up by a huge amount. It's not as simple as just render a little bit more, because yeah, it increases memory usage.
It's also more the server has to send to you every time you move, because now it has a lot more area. It has to send you updates about every time something happens to make sure your client sees everything as it is live.
That's it. I run on a 16 gig memory, and you see, as you can see down there, that those textures are a little bit odd, but when you look further away. Alright. What year am I in? 16 gig memory's not that bad. Don't you shame me.
Man, I got 24 gigs, and I even start to sit around 70%. I'm a serial. I don't close a lot of stuff. I like to leave stuff running. I don't know. I'm on his side. 16 gigs, I couldn't do that. I'd be hitting my cap if I was 16.
My main computer's got 16 gigs in it.
Yeah.
Normally, the only time I ever experience any bad lag is like inside of IntelliJ IDEA or something.
I have 24 gigs, and I'm using 63% of it right now.
I run Flat Sims 2, Milo, and I don't really experience a whole lot of lag. X-Plane 11 runs pretty good. I'm sure 32 gigs would work better. The server's got like 72 in it. Can't really do much gaming on it.
Well, 16 runs me perfectly fine. I mean, I'm usually running one, what is it, 2560 by 1440, giant client, and that runs fine. I'm gonna kill this spider. I think
I find that half the time it's something like my browser that tends to eat a lot of it. But I'm the kind of person who'd rather buy more RAM than close my browser like once a week.
But yeah, like, admittedly, I have. Ooh, why is my horse being attacked?
They have low chances to actually hit your horse. It's possible. It's not super common.
Yeah.
Oh, you're all down there. I'm still up on.
Anything a player's riding creatures have a chance to attack, they're just much more likely to attack tames.
What sort of hardware are the servers run on? One hypervisor or actually separate? They are separate machines at the moment. We are looking at spreading it out.
That'd be more of a question for Keenan too.
Yeah, Keenan would be the one that would know that. We've got how many roses here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 roses.
And a gnome.
And a gnome. He doesn't count though. How do you
I miss the gnomes stealing stuff. I wish that you just guys disable that, right? They don't steal stuff, or is it just not out of BSB?
They do, but there's a lot more restrictions on it now. They don't steal like bulk items out of containers.
I remember when they were like emptying dirt out of people's BSBs. That's pretty funny.
There would be like useless items on them. Like the dirt wouldn't actually be dirt; it would be a bulk item that you couldn't enter.
Oh,
think
I
you
got you. That
could
makes.
drag it back into a BS.
Well, this Hellhound's been following me for a while. Gee.
25 terabyte SSD remote. So I kind of need to admit, right, something. I only have a 250 gig hard drive on this.
How do you live?
How do I live? Well, I am on New Zealand internet. It is literally faster for me to re-download something than it is to move it from a external hard drive. It takes me
Probably
about
an upgrade from your Australian internet, where it was probably better just to have it shipped to you from the.
yeah, like when I was talking with Buddha originally about coming here, one of the key points we talked about was the fact that I would be able to stream here. I wouldn't have been able to stream in Sydney. The internet was just too bad. Like
It's all copper. Copper's still there. They don't have much.
Yeah, I could barely watch streams.
They're finally starting to upgrade to Australia and that area with fiber.
It's a really big political mess, so I don't want to jump into it too much. My most annoying thing...
Politics.
Yeah, my most annoying thing, though, was when I was leaving, we got a letter saying fiber to the premises is coming. Like, if you want to sign up,
Oh boy.
we can be out there within the week. And it was just like... So,
That's right. It was only as good as the weakest link too, so it could have been improved speeds, but you could have still hit a roadblock somewhere. The last mile fiber doesn't matter if nothing else before it's fiber.
Yeah. No, it's one of those things that I think internet everywhere, is going to be an increasingly important resource. And so the more work spent on infrastructure for it, it's like making sure all the places have water.
Yeah, it's become a necessity over the years. Decent internet.
Cell phones and decent internet are beyond optional for these days. You won't find many companies who'd be willing to hire someone who they can't get a hold of with a cell phone and doesn't have, the internet to do something or check email. At least internet in their phone,
Gothic Druid says one of his Aussie friends says he uses a tin can and string for Wi-Fi. He must have the upgraded package.
Or were you using tinfoil?
Yeah.
Tinfoil antennas.
What's that? A can of Pringles and a fry pan aimed at somewhere. Raybird
The
Flavor
dial-up sound going through.
Just literally made an antenna out of tinfoil on your head.
Welcome to the game, Raybird. There is a lot to learn in this game, and there's a lot you'll never understand in this game. Some of it because it doesn't make sense, but absolutely welcome to the game. Yeah, I'm glad you're having fun.
Pretty much anything that's there that seems illogical is just called good old logic.
Alright, so, where to next?
I don't know the server. It's up to you guys.
I don't know the server.
I thought I was on the guided tour.
Yeah, well, I think we got kidnapped and taken to the southeast. Wyvern wants to make a religion against grape bushes. You would not want to see my orchard then. I think it's like 20 by 30 orchard of grape bushes.
I think it's a tie on chestnut and olive trees for me being the worst.
Fir by far. Like, look at this. I ride off into the fir.
Is pretty bad.
You instantly can't see. You've lost all vision. And it's just an absolute mess.
Not as bad as the walnut
Hello, how
tree
are you?
forest, where you literally get especially with the blockers on, where you actually find spots where you have to go back because you can't actually get through two trees. Or chestnut, is that the chestnut? Yeah, the chestnut forests, man. Those... I've actually had to
Their collision rounds are pretty big.
There were some on elevation where when tree bounding got re-enabled, they were like mazes. Like if you get into one and you weren't paying attention, you'd actually have to maze your way out a little bit because there was tons of dead ends.
Gothic Druid says, I gave up WoW for this game and will never go back. Good choice. We've even got really fancy shoulder pads too, if we just have a look at Ausimus. Look at that.
He can
Realistic,
die.
realistic fancy shoulder pads there. It is not as big as his head. Yeah, let's go see Finks's deed. Finks, you lead the way. We're going to go see your deed. We're going to go see where Cappy plays. So this is the other end of, okay, that's Anubis Gate. It's the other end of Pillars of Orion. Wyvern says his friend wanted to get into World of Warcraft, but he was showing Wurm and switched to Wurm because it was cheaper. I also...
Games can't go
Whoa,
wrong.
what's with that glowing? That looks so cool. I know it's like 1,000 lamps, but it looks cool.
Oh, lighting like 20 stills is a really good way to go blind.
Yeah, we got a mini sun. Samul is actually currently working on addressing that. There's a thing that's like, if the area is already lit, don't add to it. On the right, we'll see a... Ooh, Wander the Sea Island. At first, I thought it was Jackal. We'll just get past that, and that's a Wander the Sea.
Oh, that's a tall island. I haven't seen one that got generated that tall.
I remember
Oh, no,
one...
that's coming up behind it.
Oh, you just killed that wolf. The poor wolf.
What was no one's pet?
What did he do to you? Wow, so rude.
One thing I'm never used to running around Freedom is seeing open tokens. Remember, you find an open token on a PvP server and you just find yourself a payday. Remember when the map reset, there was a lot of that going on with new people coming to Elevation, and there was a lot of people who just leave an open token, make your rounds, and go train. It's the only problem with Wurm, hard for new players to get in. It's too easy to be an accidental bully to other people. You think you're just playing the game, but the next minute you realize, oh wow, they're probably not going to be coming back after that.
This is why I've
At that
never
point,
been
you're
good at
playing
PvP. I've never been good at PvP in any game because I hate the feeling I've given someone a bad day. You know, it's just, oh, I just beat them. It's like, because the first game I played and worked with was Travion, and that was a resetting server every like year or 3 months. So you could actually wipe out people's accounts and like have it so they just had to delete their account. And like, I'd had that happen to me, and it's such a negative feeling.
Yeah, there's been a couple times we've had to do less than fun things. Like, there's this one time we really needed a spot for a war deed that some new players were sitting in, and we tried to get them to move, but they didn't want to move. So one day while they were gone, we moved them for them, and just moved everything off the deed and dug all their walls and stuff.
So look, we needed to move you.
Empty that deed.
We needed to move you, but we did all the work for you. That counts as a good thing, right?
No, well, we didn't quite give them the stuff back. We just kind of just emptied the deed. Because if we moved it somewhere else, they were just going to stay there. You know, you had to kind of... I mean, it's the... Wurm's a game about land control. It's unfortunate, but sometimes a deed needs to be removed in the game.
I am far too PvE for that. I'm just hearing this being like,
I just remember we even took like all the wood scraps and like the 10 quality meat.
Goth Druid says, I honestly wish we could create kingdoms on Freedom, or personalized deed banners or wagons. That's been a common suggestion, and it's something that we'd like to see come into. We have discussed how it would come in if we wanted it in, or not wanted it in, but could bring it in. Fact is, though, it would take a lot of art and a lot of work. Like, kingdoms currently would not work on Freedom, because the main reason everything flows well on Freedom is you're all the same kingdom. And Alliance stuff means a lot more work. So yeah, there's a lot of artwork, there's a lot of dev work, and it would be a significantly major project if we do that. Which I could see being good, but would also, you know, there's a lot more that we can do as well. At the moment, we're looking at more content that basically provides repeating content for endgame. Alright. Okay, so where are we now? Possum Lodge Mariner. So this is where Willow keeps her possums. Ultimaris?
Did not know that there was possum.
New Ultimaris. Ooh, I didn't even know there
That
was...
house, this house over here looks nice.
Where's the D token? Who
That's
owns
what
this?
the worm's missing is.
We've got Opossumi saying, "Oh no." So that's your house, Possum. Settlement info. Elwood. Wow. Okay. I thought he lived on Xanadu. Wow.
Wow, take a look at this. Like, this has to be like the darkest black I think I've seen on something.
Where are you? Where are you?
Just a little bit down the road. Keep going the same way you were going down the road.
Okay, dark
It's a really
green
nasty
meme machine.
I don't know if that's green. That looks pretty black to me.
It is incredibly black. I think I did it. Did I do that for you, Finks? Yeah, no, it would have been started with, because my best black is 97, so 333. Yeah, the sail is black, the hull is dark, really dark green. My absolute favorite color to do is 360-30, so it's like a British racing green. Absolutely love British racing green. Goth Druid, I have a few ideas for deed sigils or deed banners that are simple, sort of like shop signs. One idea that I like is, I'm not sure if any of you have played other games where you can design your own sigils. You usually choose a background shape and an emblem, and it just layers them all together. This used to be the old factional fight deed, did it? Okay, so Village of Ascalon. Oh, very nice. Oh, I like those tall banners. I have to say, the new Crusaders artwork is really, really nice. I really like the use of the black and white more.
Yeah, I like it better.
And the contrasting where it's the artwork in the back switches between the black.
Yeah, it really looks nice. Hello, Wojak. Welcome to the stream. And we've got...
I just like the fact that you can have kingdom artwork in the game. Was always nice touch being able.
Yeah.
I got all the banners down here. Across this wall, I got all the kingdoms coming in on the as well.
Crusade one. I actually have a Crusader wagon that's dyed black as well. I used a rune and got very lucky with it. Jake Rivers is moving way too fast. Slow down, buddy. It's locked.
Usually that means the server's got a second hiccup. Disagreed about your server positioning.
JKC. Hots. Black Legion. I've always liked the Black Legion, the hands.
Yeah, I like the hands. That was a really good piece. That was a really good picture.
I like Macedon.
And the dragon on the JK one looks really...
Oh, wow. Okay, I looked over and there was a dragon. I was like, whoa!
Yeah, not that dragon.
No. Ooh, if freedom... Freedom needing a newer look is a bit of a tough one because it would be changing a lot. Let's This is a really nice deed. I quite like the use of sandstone. And the mansion here is absolutely amazing.
Probably not gonna let us in his mansion. Lagging yet.
No, he's not.
With everyone locking us out of stuff, no one trusts it.
That's it. We're here to. Ooh. Okay. Bit of lag myself. We've got the rift. What time does the rift open here? Challenge server. The challenge server was a server where that was open for about 2 months, and it was a PvP server with incredibly fast actions and skill gain. So the idea was you start fresh, you skill up quickly, and then you fight. And at the end of it, rewards were given out. Sorry.
And there was a lot of unique mechanics that came out with both of them. Like all the new siege equipment was trialed, like the trebuchet and the spike barrier, and that kind of stuff was debuted on one of the challenge servers.
Exactly.
But yeah, there was rewards. There was a way. I think you can actually still find the high scores. I'm pretty sure they're still up, though. There's no direct link, but I found them Googling before. They're still up on the Wurm website. Just a bunch of high scores, like most unique player kills, most. I think there was one that counted all your skills together as like a total value. That was one of them. Most depots captured, just a bunch of little high scores, and first, second, and third place prizes were given out for each of them.
Oh, we've got Bloody Jonga showing up. Finally, it's a little bit late, mate. You know. He always misses our streams. I think it's on purpose, though. It's a shame the challenge server wasn't kept around. The challenge server had some benefits. I think it could have been something that kept around. I will say, though, with our plans for Epic, we're hoping to address some of that and find a nice balance that has fast-paced PvP with meaningful long-term stuff as well. We do want to bring Epic closer to what the original design for Epic was, obviously with the lessons we've learned along the way as well, though. Okay, so I think we're going to finish up shortly. Now that Bloody Drongo's here, we're just going to, wind up. But he can catch us for about 10 minutes, because he never watches the VODs anyways. Alright. Oh, can we go in there here now? Yes, we can. We're in the house. So we'll do a quick tour of the mansion. And then, more trivia. I'm trying to think of some good trivia. I really, Okay, here's one. What symbol was on the original Serral breastplate? It was not celery. Cappy wins. He guessed a tree, which is really awkward because I'm standing right next to him. So I guess I'll give him some of mine, and then just reimburse myself. You pass. Well, Nozumi can't win again, and then I've just given it away. No, you've got to take it because that means Nozumi's won both. Okay, next one. Nozumi can't enter. What is the coolest horse color? This is a fact. I don't think red horses are a thing. No, still not picked. Well, Bloody Drongo just has bad taste in horses. Bloodbait, no. I will give you a hint. It hasn't been mentioned yet. It's not great.
Oh, really? So the correct answer hasn't been mentioned?
Griffo has a rather vague answer. Still nothing yet. Still not seen the correct one given. I think they've even. I think this horse is so good they've even forgotten it exists. I want the actual name. I want the correct name. Spotted Butt one doesn't count. No, it's not Black Silver. It's not Appaloosa. Keep going. You guys, surely you know. There we go. Griffo gets it right. Skewbald Pinto is by far the best horse colour. Skewbald Pinto, like, when the new horse color options came up, I was so pushing for that one. I even said that it's like, okay, if Skewbald Pinto doesn't get in, I'm going to arrange for it to get in. No, you can't give up your win because nobody said it afterwards. After you. We have the Burger Prince.
What's everyone with being so humble today?
Nobody wants my sleep powder. Venerable Fat Burger Prince. Where is the Burger King, though? Rabid, there we go. Skewbald Pinto, there we go. You've... Griffo passed on his win! I don't know what I was doing there. So, yeah, Rabid wins. If you just message Retrograde on the Wurm Online Discord, I'll get you some sleep powder for that. Okay, so do either of you two have any trivia you'd like to ask?
Not myself.
I'm terrible at trivia, let alone making the questions up. I always watch Jeopardy, and I'm just like, yeah, I could never be that.
My judgment is so warped that this whole opinion-based fact quiz is completely nullified. Alright. Who is the worst Australian? Everyone knows the answer, just no one wants to say it. JD Booker wins after all the U's about me. Random Medic main Keith Urban, that's close. No, that one doesn't count. And I'm also a little bit offended at how many people said you.
He lives in New Zealand now, okay.
Yeah, I'm a Kiwi now, bro. Oh no. The guy who invented Foster's is the worst. I don't know, the guy who invented Foster's managed to find a way to get rid of it, so...
Peps.
Alright. Kylie Minogue is a national treasure. And now it's just turning about everyone complaining about different Australians. Speaking of different Australians, g'day Rihanna, welcome to the stream. Just in time to catch us wrapping it up. So, Epic will be going down on the 9th, so that's about 3 days from now, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. So, in 3 days,
No quite set time on exactly when it's going to go down. I assume there'll be a good countdown, good length countdown timer. Won't be
right, yeah, we'll be pretty...
5 minutes to shut down. See you later.
Yeah, the server will be shutting down in 30 minutes. You'll lose everything.
No real set time on the 9th when stuff's going to go down. No real set time on the 11th when stuff's going to go up. When it's ready, when stuff's ready. So...
just before we do go, Epic Fail says, do we have any intentions of doing anything to bring in some new players? We have been doing quite a lot of stuff. We're looking at things that can help new players get into the game. Tutorial work, the client work, they're all the things that when a new player joins, they see. Apart from that, we are looking at content that is accessible for new players that doesn't leave them feeling outclassed when a new player joins and all the existing players have 90 skills and such. That can also be a thing. So we are looking at something. Frontier is designed for both new players and old players, so that will be something that new players can join and also be a part of, and not feel like they're struggling to compete against people who have been around there for years. So that's one thing. We're also reaching out to a lot of review sites and that. Not the really big AAA ones, because obviously it's a really old game and not for that. But yeah, so we're reaching out to them. We're doing that. Advertising, actual paid advertising, we've done it in the past and it's not worked out that well. That's the biggest problem. So I'd rather use methods that get people actually interested in the game playing, and go from there. Are we ever going to get a "you are here" bleep? No, we are not. But alright. Other prizes? Yes, I'll be in contact with that. Bloody Drongo's also working on a little something of his own to bring in his own new player. Do you mean players or one? Are you working on a friend being like, you've got to come, you've got to come. If you come, I'll give you some money. The Wurm Discord link is, I'll just post that in the chat. It's very easy. Discord.gg/Wurm. Nice and easy. You did mean players. All right. Yeah, there are a lot of things. Promotional incentives. It's difficult to balance of payout, like income versus expenditure. There's been a lot of discussion on it. Yeah, you obviously want something that brings in new players, but you also don't want people to just farm alts for it. So it's kind of tough. Anyways, on that note, we'll finish it just before midday my time. I'd like to thank you all for coming and checking it out, and also sharing your ideas and listening to us ramble and travel. I'd like to thank Finks, Cappy, and Yaga for showing us around a bit of Deliverance. I obviously have not played here that long. You could tell by as I was moving around, I was like, I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing. But yeah, if you've got anything that you'd like us to see on a new server, on your servers, or give us a tour, let me know. And, you know, because we'd like to do this for all servers. We also want to set up a developer deed. And that'll be coming in the next while too. Hopefully we'll have Buddha on making bricks for us. Anyways, thank you guys for coming along. Ausimus, Darklords, I appreciate you guys tagging along and helping field some of those questions.
No worries.
I love wandering around aimlessly. It's half.
They suggest a chaos tour, so we'll go and you guys can be my bodyguards. Do we stream off?
I don't know how that's gonna go. We can see about that, but that's probably gonna end up with us dying if we're going in regular again.
I've always wanted to be stream sniped. The goal is to stream once a week, you know, every Sunday, whether it's talking about updates or, you know, what's coming, or just doing something community, roaming around, chatting with players, answering questions. I have a lot of fun playing this game, so if I can, you know, play with you all and chat about the game while we play, that sounds like something I want to keep doing. Anyways, thank you all very much for tagging along, both Ausimus and Darklords, and all the players watching as well. I will be in contact with the winners of the trivia, and also might even start working on, you know, having some trivia written down, not off the cuff. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for watching. I will see you all next time, and as always, keep on worming.
This would be the Wurm work song. Pick up your shovels. We're building a wall, building it high in Wurm, in Wurm. We're building a wall, building it long in Wurm, in Wurm. And as we get to the end, we'll just start another wall in Wurm. digging it deep in Wurm is waiting. We're digging a hole, looking for rock in Wurm is waiting. But when we get to the end, we're just gonna fall from the bottom of Wurm. Oh yeah, we're mining some rock, a ton of good rock in Wurm. Working so hard. We're mining some rock, we're mining so hard in Wurm. Working so hard. When the cave bugs come nibbling, just grab your pick and get running. In Wurm, we're building a house, a strong stone house in Wurm. A house in Wurm. It'll have bedrooms and bathrooms like